From Cheater's surveillance cameras, you are about to view actual true stories filmed live, documenting the pain of a spouse or lover caused by infidelity. This program is both dedicated to the faithful and presented to the false-hearted to encourage their renewal of temperance and virtue. Coming up on this episode of Cheaters.
We know where they're at. They're at a car wash.
What the? Who the are you?
Oh my God, Chris!
You better run!
Chris! It's ridiculous. I can't believe you did this.
You're ridiculous. You're a whore.
Reality television is brought to you by Cheaters Detective Agency's Private Eyes on Cheaters.
Christopher Schneider dreams of a marriage with someone kind and caring. Having second thoughts while daring to discover the truth, Christopher makes a desperate appeal to Cheaters Detective Agency. I'm Clark Gable, and this is Cheaters.
The turning point when the relationship started changing was actually in Mexico. We were supposed to get married 2 years ago when we went down there, and she just basically, I don't know if she was faking it or not, but she got sick all of a sudden and couldn't get married because she was too sick. I was all excited to get married, and before I know it, she just started acting a little bit different.
Aaron Estevez, age 28. An office worker suspected of moving illicitly up the corporate ladder. After a thorough briefing, Cheaters sends a team of professionals to stake out the suspect's place of employment. Hours into the shift, they spot the suspect, Aaron Estevez, coming out of the building and driving away. The suspect arrives at a shopping mall. Estevez gets out and goes inside to meet with an unknown man.
When I try to set up another date to get married, her attitude just basically changes all of a sudden. It's like she'll snap. Either she'll try to blow it off, or she'll get this weird look in her eye that I never saw before. She keeps her phone on her hip when I'm around. It's like, God forbid if I ever went to touch it or look at it. She just basically will snap at me. Don't touch my stuff. Don't do this. Don't do that.
After spending some time window shopping, Estevez and her boy toy decide to leave. They both get into her vehicle and drive to their next destination. Cups of Java warm the two as they grab a seat on the patio.
Well, it's been about 4 months since the last time we had sex, and basically every time I try to initiate something, when we lay down, she's either, I'm tired, I'm not in the mood, she gets angry sometimes. It's left to me sleeping on the couch sometime, and or her sleeping on the couch.
After a while, Estevez and her friend make their way back to her vehicle. The suspect drives her paramour back to his place of employment. As he returns to work, Estevez turns around and drives home for the evening.
If Erin's cheating on me, it's basically it's like I gave her my heart, and she took it and threw it on the ground and stomped on it, and then handed it back to me in pieces. It's definitely gonna, it hurts already not knowing, but it's gonna have an effect on me. I'm gonna be sad, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, actually.
Hoping to discover more concrete evidence, Cheaters' mobile crews keep at their stations at the suspect's workplace. The hard work pays off when Cheaters' operatives spot Estevez as she finishes her day. The suspect hops into her sedan and drives to a restaurant. Estevez meets with her clandestine friend, now identified as Pat Connolly. They enter the restaurant, and inside, Estevez gets intimate with her date, feeding him romantically and kissing him over the food. The meal has sated their appetites, but not their lust for each other. Estevez and her mysterious man drive to a nearby park. They exit the car, hand in hand, for a late-night stroll. The pair stop long enough to swap a few kisses. A short time later, the suspect drops her date off at his workplace. As her date leaves, Estevez returns home to a lonely Christopher. Cheaters' agents continue to stake out the suspect's place of employment. At the end of the day, Estevez leaves her work and heads to a nearby restaurant. Estevez waits for a while before Connolly shows up and gets into her car. A few minutes later, they drive away while being followed by a cheater's team and arrive at a grocery store. Estevez grins and leads her new man into the store. After a while, Estevez and Connolly emerge from the store. The conniving pair drive away to an unknown apartment. Connolly escorts his date upstairs. Estevez stays a very long time, eventually coming out alone. The suspect drives home to an unsuspecting Christopher. Coming up, the confrontation.
Collating all of his girlfriend's deceitful actions into one case file, Cheater summons Christopher to view the findings. Nervously anticipating the verdict, Christopher steadies himself for the disturbing truth. Well, Chris, as you know, we have conducted our investigation and come up with some findings now. Are you ready to see that?
I guess so.
Okay. We begin our investigation outside of Erin's workplace. Continuing on, she gets into her vehicle, and a while later, she arrives at a shopping mall. As our detectives follow her into the mall, she goes into a phone store and is greeted by this male. Do you recognize him, Chris?
No, I don't actually.
Never seen him before?
No.
A while later, they leave together. Walk through the mall as our detectives watch.
Who is this clown?
They proceed to get into her vehicle and they drive away. Our detectives follow them. They arrive at a coffee shop. They go inside, get 2 cups of coffee, sit down, and begin to converse back and forth. A while later, after finishing up their coffee, they leave, go back to her vehicle, and they get inside. She drops him off back at his workplace, and then she returns home for the evening. Continuing on this day of our investigation, Erin leaves work. She walks outside, gets into her vehicle. After some time, she arrives at a restaurant. She sits and waits in her car, and a while later, that unknown male arrives.
Again?
Gets in the passenger side of Erin's vehicle. A while later, they arrive at a grocery store. So we see this gentleman come and open her car door. After opening the door for her, they proceed to walk inside together, and then Erin receives a phone call. What you're about to hear is the audio from that phone call. So Chris, tell me if you remember this.
Hey, babe.
Hey, honey, how are you?
I'm tired as hell, just having a beer, watching TV.
Just needed to let you know that my sister's flight was delayed. I told her I'd pick up the cats from the sitter. Apparently they don't have food, so I gotta go take care of that. Don't worry about waiting up for me or dinner. I'm just gonna grab something at her place.
You sure you don't want me to get you food?
Oh, yes, I'm fine, sweetie. You're tired. Just go ahead and get some rest.
Alright, well, don't wake me up.
Well, take care. I'll see you soon. Love you.
Love you too, babe. Bye.
Bye.
Not anymore.
So you do remember talking to her?
Yeah.
After finishing up that phone call with you, completely lying about where she was, she then exits the grocery store. They drive away as our detectives follow, and a while later they arrive at this unknown apartment. I take it that's not your place.
No, not at all.
Chris, at this point in time, we have an exact location. We know where they're at. They're at a car wash, very close to here. So my question for you is, are you ready to confront them?
I guess. It's a waste of 4 years, but it'd be good to go ahead and try to get it over with.
Walk them in. There they are right there. Everyone out.
What the? What the? Who the are you?
Oh my God.
You whore? You whore?
This guy.
Whore?
Chris, oh my God. Oh my God.
Come on, dude.
Come on, Sam.
This ain't
Come on.
cool, man.
Look at these guys. Cheater.
Oh my God.
That's exactly who it
I didn't know your boyfriend was going to show up. Who's this guy?
Chris, what the? Chris. 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 Ah! Chris.
You better.
Chris.
You better run.
Chris.
You better run.
Chris. 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 Stop it, Chris. Chris. Off him.
You whore.
Get off him, Chris.
any idea you had a boyfriend?
No, I had no clue.
You had no clue?
I had no clue.
She didn't tell you?
No, I didn't.
Come on.
Chris, this is ridiculous. I can't
No.
believe you did this. There
You're
are other
ridiculous.
ways. There
You're
are
a whore.
other ways to deal with.
You are a whore.
Coming up, the conclusion.
We know where they're at. They're at a car wash.
What?
This guy.
That's your boy?
Oh my God!
You better run.
Chris, there
You're
are
a whore.
other ways to deal with.
You are a whore.
There are other ways.
What the hell?
You thought something was going on. You kept.
Away from me.
You didn't say anything.
You go be with that now.
You didn't say anything to me. Uh-oh.
This is horrible.
What exactly happened? How did this start?
This guy.
I'm just curious. How did this start, Aaron? Tell me what happened. This isn't about
Chris?
making anybody upset.
Man.
What the to
You're
you?
just trying to like air out in front of everybody.
To you.
You could have just asked. You could have just talked to me. There's a reason why I haven't set a new
And
date.
you're a whore.
There's a reason why I
You
haven't
are
set a
a
new date
whore.
because you
You
do
could have
stupid.
Whore.
You
You
do
could-
stupid. You air out in
So
front
you
of
were good
everybody.
enough, she came
Like,
to me.
Yeah, look at you leprechaun looking mother.
I was getting right down. Thanks for it up with the
Yeah.
cab crews.
Suck his small. Just tell me why.
That's all we're here
Tell
for.
me why. That's why I had to get this whole
over a
damn
long
show.
time ago, you
to come
already knew
after
it.
you.
You're the one who wanted to stay and try and work
And
things
you're the
out
one who
after I
doesn't
tried to
talk
break
to
you
me.
up with you
You
constantly,
roll over,
and
you
over
go
and
to
over
sleep.
again. Like,
Well, haven't had sex in 4 months.
well, maybe it's because I don't enjoy
4
having sex with
damn
you.
months.
Have you ever thought about that?
You smell
have you
bad
ever
anyway.
Have you ever thought that maybe it has something to do with you and it's not me?
Yeah.
Like,
If it's to
seriously.
do with me, it's called communication. That's
Yeah,
what
and you've
relationships
got
are
communicated
about.
with me before you brought all
That's
this around. Now, how are we supposed to work anything out
You're
now?
lucky that
That's not
I don't
gonna
hit
happen.
women. You
It's
are
not
lucky
gonna
I don't hit
happen.
women.
It's not gonna happen.
You were
now.
lucky.
All right.
I should shake the out of you.
I got one question for you.
Tell me why.
If you don't love this man, why would you tell him on the phone? You remember this phone conversation?
Whatever.
Seriously. I
remember
saw
this?
the videotape. You can't lie.
You don't remember this?
You can't lie. I saw the tape.
This is you guys shopping together?
I don't want you anymore.
Aaron, all I'm asking is for an answer, that's all. And then we'll leave you guys alone.
Seriously. Give me an answer. That's why I had to get him.
Chris,
Tell me an honest answer. Honest answer.
You say you love him right here. When you're shopping with him.
He looks like a troll.
Do you care about him? Are you kidding me? Come on.
Hey.
Aaron,
Poofy haired
just give your
troll.
boys some answers.
He takes care of better than you. He takes care of my needs way better than you do.
Yeah, are you using money too? Are you using his money too? She's just gonna use you, bro.
Pat, how long has this been going on? With her?
We've been dating for like, wow.
How long? Come on. How many other times have you cheated on me?
Honestly,
How many
you
other
should
you
have figured it
sucking
out
in
way
the
before
parking lot?
now. The fact that your
How many
dad
other
just
you sucking in the damn parking lot? It's freaking cold
Pat.
outside. Washing your
Seeing
car.
her do this to this man, how do you know she's not going to do this to you? Doesn't that make you a little bit worried?
Maybe just a little bit, but you know what?
I mean, she doesn't even let him look through her cell phone.
Man, she's so nice. Like, she never shows me drama. We just talk, have a good time. Do you still like this guy, or what?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't like you.
Chris, we're done.
You're just another
like,
flick. Good.
This just
I'm glad.
like is the maraschino
I'm glad
cherry
we're
on top
done.
of the Sunday. Like, we're
you're
done.
nasty.
We are done.
You are
You didn't think I
nasty.
was nasty for 4 years,
Yeah,
which is why
I did.
every time I tried to break up with you, you're still trying to get with me.
Yeah.
You saw this coming.
It's called
There's a
love.
reason. There's
It's
a
called
reason
love.
why
And
I
what
didn't
you did
fucking
to my
set a
heart,
date,
you
okay?
threw it on the ground and stomped on it. God! And you, get the away. You gonna roll? You wanna go? I'll choke your ass out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, mother. Yeah. Hey, you stay back. You carry diseases. You know that, right? You know that, right? She's gonna give you.
Chris,
She's got
you
herpes,
got
man.
something?
Yeah, I do. I gave it to her. Now you're gonna get it.
Low.
Yeah.
Herpes,
It's
yeah.
nasty
You're
just like
desperate.
you.
You're
It's
desperate.
nasty
That's
just
all
like
it is. You're desperate.
Yeah.
You're desperate.
I've had so many opportunities.
I understand that
I've
you're
had so
bothered
many
that this happened,
opportunities.
but there are
Your
different
sister
ways.
even wanted to hook up
There
with me
are
once.
different
I didn't
ways
tell
to
you.
approach a situation, and this is not one of them.
Yeah.
This is not going to make
This
me
is how
want
it used to happen.
at all.
This is
You feel
horrible.
like this, and you
And
want
you're
to be with you.
free.
Guys.
Dog, get the out of my face. Seriously.
Yeah, you better get cleaned off.
Hey, watch out. Camera.
You better get cleaned up.
Harassment, Chris. Straight up harassment. And my sister, by the way, will not want anything to do with you after she sees this. Okay?
You're nasty.
Because you're
4
acting
years
like
and-
a ass.
Yeah,
It sucks
you're
that
not
it
even
came out
wearing
this
your
way.
ring. Did you stash that away? Is that in your glove box?
I've never seen a ring once.
She had one on when you guys went shopping. You don't remember that, Pat? With you on a phone call with Chris, saying that she loves him.
Do you like this guy? You want to hang out?
Why would you? Why would you? Tell
Yeah, I found it. You took my heart and you ripped it out.
I don't know what's going on, but
Will y'all please move these cars?
who is this mother?
You ready, Chris?
Yeah, deal with this whore anymore.
Good. Let's go. Load up. The brutality of the confrontation leaves Christopher with the reality of his relationship. Later in the show, Cheaters reveals Christopher's next step. But now, Jeremy Copeland comes in to explain his side of the story the night he was caught gambling away his relationship with another woman.
So I thought it was the cops. We all did. There's banging, there's noise, there's lights, everybody's leaving. One little he grabs some money and runs off. He had some chips in his coat, we found out later. But we caught him. And then I see Jess. And, you know, it halfway doesn't even surprise me that she's up to something like this. The way it went down, that's not my preference. But it is what it is. It's done.
Hey, what's going on in here? Where's everyone going? Come on! Look at all Peter!
What are you doing, Jeremy? What are you doing, Jeremy? What are you doing? What is this? What is this? Are you you've been investing all your money into No, you! What have you been doing?
Out of here.
Is this your stripper business you've been investing in?
The Kelly family's gonna be pissed off at me. Get out of here.
We should have talked about this, Jessica and I, a little more in depth at home. You know, I love her to this day, but it's almost like she's my sister or something at this point. So, you know, we helped each other out. She loved what I brought home, but we're different. We grew different probably in the first 4 years, and despite all our differences, I really wish we could have worked this out. But you know what? She was holding me back, and I feel like I outgrew her.
Right.
That's all you got to say to me?
I'm done with this.
Oh, you too.
Your fun's over.
Everybody's in on this, huh? Clark, you want to slap me? Where'd you go?
You have your choice.
Just get out of the way, man.
Just camera, dog.
You gotta be kidding me. I didn't touch your camera, dog.
You've been warned. You've been warned.
Talk to Butterfinger.
Been warned.
Thanks for holding the door.
Warned.
I'm gonna need a ride home now.
All right,
Don't take the
home?
damn butts, bitch.
I'll tell you what, I don't even play monogamy anymore. And I tell them right up, if you're expecting me to stick around and it's just you and me, forget about it. Life's too short for that. And I learned that lesson the hard way. I feel like in a way I wasted some years. But otherwise I wouldn't know what I know now. And so, no more of those relationships. No, I keep it open these days.
Furious at the ridiculous actions of his former girlfriend, Christopher Schneider determines that he doesn't need a woman who'll step out on him. Christopher says, now it all makes sense. Everything. I don't know what she was thinking, how she was going to get away with it. Maybe she hadn't even thought about it that far. But I do know I don't need her or want her anymore. Despite being caught bare naked with her companion, Erin Estevez kept denying any sort of deceit. When pressed by Cheater's producers, however, the suspect only turned the questions around and pointed directly at Christopher as the sole source of her unhappiness. For his role in the affair, the companion of Estevez, Pat Conley, admits his culpability. However, Conley also admits to Cheater's producers that he doesn't really care.
If you don't get your programming from Goldstein's, why, we'll both lose money.